So, I was lucky enough to be on the cruise 25 years ago. I was just a young punk that was freshly married, that John came to our wedding reception, and something happened at our reception, John, that you were at.
I remember.
What happened?
Well, we were trying to call Barbara because I was growing, lonely. I missed her. We were dating, and so I called Barbara, and I couldn't get hold of her on the phone, and that's when I decided I better marry her because I don't know where she is.
So we're just glad, Susan and I, to be a small part of their union and what they've done. But let me tell you about the two Johns that I know. 25 years ago, I was able to give a speech talking about the many trips that I've made down here to Florida and how John has always woven me into something crazy. One time we ended up on a roof together. He just said he had to check on a job, and I'm on a roof with him. Don't know why. Holding the ladder for him. But this last trip, we were just here a couple weeks ago for Katie's wedding, and John's friend, he might even be on this cruise, that lost his phone.
David.
So John says, hey, come on, we're going for a ride down into the city of Miami, downtown, to go retrieve David's phone. A guy texted us, told us where the phone is, where we got to pick it up. It's an easy thing. We're in, we're out. I said, John, something's not right here. I don't have a gun. John can't hardly walk. So we get down into this housing tract. He's like, this is the house. We pull up in front, no car in the driveway. Packages left at the door that haven't been picked up for days. One light on in the house, and he's like, this is the place. I said, come on, John. So I'm on the phone with Sue, said, if we get shot and killed, this is where we're at, send help. He goes up, knocks on the door, nobody answers. He goes to a neighbor who's next door, out in the yard with their kids, and just strikes up a conversation, tells him the guy's name. He's like, yeah, that guy doesn't live next door. You got taken. So basically we came home with no phone. Sorry, David. We tried.
David later pinged the phone from his laptop and found it someplace in the homestead.
Yeah. So it was like, well, we knew we were taken. But so we made it back home safe. We're here. We get to celebrate. That's the one John I know.
Uh-oh.
The other John I know is probably one of the most generous, loving people I know. He invited his closest friends on a boat out in the beautiful water. I mean, we escaped 8 inches of snow in New York to do this, so we're not sacrificing much. But John has been so generous to our family over the years. And I just think of 2 verses in the Bible. One, love God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and all your strength. And John, you always have. And the other one is, love your neighbor as yourself. And John has always loved every single, you wouldn't be on this ship right now if he didn't love you that much. And I just thank you for being one of the most generous people I know.
Another cue card devoted to Hank and Susan.
Yeah, because we're still alive. And we're not divorced.
They are one of the 20 married couples that were here in 1998 that are still married to each other. 3 of the divorcees are remarried happily to different spouses. But the thing I left out about you, Hank, is that Hank and Susan are the most prolific baby makers. Their wing of the
We tried last night.
Anyway, in the 35 years they've been married, they are personally responsible for about 100 children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren.
Fire noise.
And to put that in retrospect or in perspective, Barbara and I have been married 35 years, just like Susan, and we have yet to see our first grandchild.
Oh, just I'm sorry. Come on, man.
No pun intended. And probably those cold winter nights up in the
That's right.
So I stood up, not being sure whether anybody was going to speak on I thought I was going to follow the roasting part and not the toasting part.
Sorry. Did it in reverse.
I'm not going to roast John. I stood up to say a lot of what you just said. Yeah. John and Barbara I've known for almost 25 years now. Not quite. I missed the last party. I'm one of those 75-year-olds celebrated a month ago.
Last month.
John and Barbara were there. Thank you. But yeah, a loyal friend. A loyal friend.
Don't cry this time.
It's okay.
He cried at his birthday. I
did.
swore I was going to cry at my birthday. Don't let me cry.
Okay.
It's your birthday, you can cry if you want.
That sounds like a great idea for a song.
It's my party, you can cry if you want.
Loyal, honest, hardworking, member of the church choir, Rotarian president, but most of all, just a really great friend. So
I forgot to tell you about John led to one of our favorite family memories ever. We surprised our kids by going on a cruise out of Miami. We came down, stayed at a hotel. The day of the cruise, John came and picked us up at the hotel. He was in on it. He knew that we were going to a cruise. He sold it to our kids. Lock, stock, the whole way there. Guys, I got to stop and pick up a check from a job I did down here, down near the port. Sold it. But then on the way, he's telling them, we're going to go back to my house. We're doing a barbecue. I got these great steaks. I got lobsters that I dove for. The kids are back there drooling. We get to the cruise ship. He opens up the back and says, get out. And we're like, the kids are like, what? We get on the cruise ship. We're on this beautiful cruise ship. The kids are all excited. And all of a sudden they said, so are we still going to Uncle John's?
I believe they did. Here it comes.
I know where all the skeletons are buried. Okay, we go back to 1971. And I thought of a bunch of things that are incredibly embarrassing, but I'm not going to say any of them. I'm going to just remind you of one thing. There's one word in John's vocabulary that those know him for a long time. It's called fiberglass.
Oh yes, no matter what.
There was there's the ice age, there was a fiberglass age with John. If it could move, he fiberglassed it with his boat. He just, there was nothing you didn't fiberglass.
how it's Gecko.
His car got fiberglass. Right? Anyway.
Yeah, we switched to silicone now.
Yeah,
We
okay.
moved away from fiberglass was too much work and too messy.
Anyway, it's been a phenomenal relationship all these years, and as they say, he really is one of the most generous, sweetest people we know. So,
Mark was a student teacher my first year teaching high school here in North Miami Beach, and I think you taught what, phys ed and health, or what was it?
Sex education.
Sex education. And when he finished his graduation from the University of Miami, he got his first job at Jackson High School teaching sex education. The first day he got up in class and said, okay, this class is in sex education, and all the kids raised their hand and said, what do you want to know?
it wasn't too far off that.
He's got five
But I will tell you a
five
funny
pregnant
story. I
girls
was in a
front seat.
doctor's office about 4 years after I left teaching, and I'm sitting in this doctor's office, and this girl jumps up and says, "That man taught me sex." And the doctor's, I almost pour out of his phone. Anyway, it's been a great. Let's go another 25 years.
All right.
So I wasn't planning on doing this, but
Oh no.
well, I'm here representing my mom,
Yes.
which is
My sister.
your sister,
I can't tell the difference.
older sister, and my two sisters who couldn't be here. And my first memory that I can remember back when you lived with us on Long Island,
Yes, we do.
and he was a lifeguard, and every girl I knew was just swooning over him because he was typical blonde hair, blue-eyed lifeguard.
I had some rules.
I don't know how many summers she's summers. And then Hugh all moved down here, and he was with my grandmother, his mom. And so we would come down and visit for those occasions. And as Hank has already said, he has been a pillar in our family. After my dad died several years ago, I call him Uncle Jackie. It's an old habit, can't break it, but that's what we always called you growing up. Uncle Jackie really took over as a support for my mom in words, in encouragement, financially, and has really, truly just been, other than an uncle, just also like a grandpa, and just a great support for my mom. So, and I think I'm the oldest one here that knows you, or have known you the longest. I should say, known you the longest.
No, you're probably the longest.
Right.
That's
So, happy birthday! We are honored.
That second summer that I was there at their house, lifeguarding on Long Island, was the summer of the moon landing. So we actually watched in her kitchen on a TV about this big, Neil Armstrong take his first step on the moon.
I don't remember that,
But what I do also remember is that my sister was 9 years older, so all of her neighbors and all of her friends were 9 years older. They all had houses and children. And I would come home all slicked up, suntan lotion, a little tiny bikini bathing suit.
See the beach, right?
She'd have all of her girlfriends over at the house. I didn't realize I was big pimped out at that point. Never mind. All right, anybody else? Roy Greenberg, my former dentist. And by the way,
Apparently got fired.
he is one of the 3 divorced couples that have remarried happily.
Point it out.
It's something like this, and I'm so happy to have you here again. Go ahead, Ryan.
Well, I mean, now that he spilled the beans that I'm his dentist, I remember the day I met John, which was about 43 years ago.
Wow.
And I had a dental hygienist working for me, and she says to me, comes in and says to me, I want to refer a patient to you, a friend of mine. I don't know if she was dating him or just friends or whatever.
She was working for me too.
Oh, okay. So anyway, he said, sure. So anyway, John comes, I meet him, we have a great time. And then she says, let's go. I said, what do you mean, let's go? Well, I told John that you're a runner. I used to train for marathons. So John brought his running stuff with him. And he got out of the chair, and we went across to Miami-Dade, and we ran a few miles together.
We did.
Right.
Yep.
But honestly, I wasn't even planning on talking, but I want to say one thing about John. He's probably one of the most positive people I've ever met. I can honestly tell you, in the 43 years I know him, I've never seen him complain. I've never seen him look down. I honestly don't like surrounding myself with negative people because that's a lot of fun having negative friends, you know? This guy, amazing. And the other thing is, no is not in his vocabulary. So I had season tickets to the Dolphins, to the Heat. Every once in a while, someone would blow me off and say, I can't go to the game. I know who I'm going to call.
Never turned out a picture.
Never said no.
Never said no.
And sometimes if the game was out of town, we'd go to Main Street, and we'd go to the sports bar and watch it on TV.
Yep.
But anyway, a lot of great memories. And
Roy's birthday is next month. He will be 75. And you know, we've celebrated birthdays forever together, so it's been fun. Now, I will say one thing about Roy. You know, I never complain, but those root canals really. Oh, geez.
thank God I don't do root canals.
Somebody did in the office. I guess you sent me out. Anyway, it was through Roy. I had the privilege of having my first root canal, my first tooth extraction, my first crown. They were all really monumental. First, thank you, Roy, for all that.
Well, I kept you together. You
Well,
know?
I always accuse Roy of me putting his child through college.
Anyway, I love you.
All right, thank you. Now, it's getting too hot in here. We gotta go back upstairs. All right, everybody's sweating. I'm evaporating.
Happy birthday.